Hey there, I'm Richard Brandt, Monmouth Historian, and you're watching Stream It Now. Amazon Prime's new arrivals today are a treasure trove for the movie buff, especially for the cult movie buff. First, Howard Hawks' final film from 1970, Rio Lobo, reuniting Hawks with his Rio Bravo star John Wayne and screenwriter Lee Brackett. The critical consensus was that Hawks and the now 63-year-old Wayne had remade Rio Bravo one time too many. Still, you get a cast featuring Jack Elam, future studio boss Sherry Lansing, and George Plimpton. If you always wanted to see George Plimpton get shot, now's your chance. Also, Rachel Weisz and Oscar Isaac in Agora, a timely story about the conflict between science and religious fanaticism. Only this time it takes place in Alexandria around the turn of the 4th century. Also the time travel movie, Altered Hours, Donald Walford and Barbara Shelley in a non-Hammer, non-traditional vampire movie, Blood of the Vampire, Anthony Hopkins and Ian Richardson in a movie about the Kim Philby spy scandal, Blunt, the Fourth Man. Boys of World War II looks at lads who lied about their age to get into the service. The Castration Cure looks at the controversial treatment for sex offenders. Civil War Minutes is a series of vignettes about the Confederacy. The Cost of Cotton looks at whether your fabric might be the product of slavery. Cowboys and Indians stars Adam Beach and Eric Schweig in the story of a Native American chief who was gunned down in Winnipeg. The spacefaring documentary Deep Space One. From 1954, the British sci-fi classic Devil Girl from Mars featuring Hazel Court. Dracula the True Story visits Transylvania to dig up the facts behind the legend. Dreamchild stars Coral Brown as a now-aged Alice Liddell who, on the occasion of receiving an award for having inspired Lewis Carroll's Alice books, comes to realize the exact extent of Carroll's feelings for her. Ian Holm co-stars as Lewis Carroll. Egypt, a sunken city, looks at an ancient city lying just beneath the waves. Exiled is the story of a German doctor transferred to an asylum during World War I. Freddie Stewart stars in a high school movie double feature from the 40s, Freddie Steps Out and Vacation Days. Peter Lubis stars in a pirate movie from 1965, Giant of the Evil Island. Good Old Boys is a comedy about die-hard soccer fans who kidnap a friend's ashes to take him to the big game one last time. The Great War Begins is a series of World War I vignettes. The Irish Country House is an Irish travelogue. From the golden age of after-school specials, I Think I'm Having a Baby stars Jennifer Jason Leigh and Helen Hunt. The misleadingly titled Jackie Chan and the 36 Crazy Fists features fight choreography by Jackie Chan, although he does not appear on screen. Laurel and Hardy star in the 1929 classic Liberty, a true story of Berlin in the 30s, Kostner, and Little Tuesday. Frank Capra directs Gary Cooper and Barbara Stanwyck in Meet John Doe, a timely warning about the dangers of fascism masquerading as populism. Fernando Rey and Mimsy Farmer star in One Way, a drama from 1975 about immigrants in New York City. The summer camp comedy Rainbow Tribe. The Real Lost World is a travelogue to Nicaragua. Right Between Your Ears is a documentary analyzing how people's firmly held convictions get mistaken for truth, focusing on a group that believed the world was about to end. From 1954, another science fiction classic from that great idiot brother of cinema, W. Lee Wilder, The Snow Creature is about a Yeti who gets held up in customs. Under the Hammer of the Nazis looks at a Munich auction house that discovers some unpleasant truths about its activities during the years of the Third Reich. Venus and Mars is a fact-based drama based on an infamous crime case in New Zealand. The Verith 11 is a real-life story from World War II. A classic TV movie from Dan Curtis When Every Day Was the 4th of July, plus a sequel, The Long Days of Summer, stories about a Jewish family in Connecticut during the 30s, and finally, a booze-soaked documentary, Whiskey, the Islay edition.